Jai Gurudev. Welcome to Narada Bhakti Sutras 14. Love has 6 distortions. So those of you who have attended the Bhagavad Gita with me recently would know we discussed them. What are the Sanskrit names of these 6 distortions? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mad and Matsar. What is Kama? Desire, lust. I want this, I want this, I want this. This is Kama. That this can be anything. It can be a person whose company you are craving for. It can be a material object like a car or a house or a laptop or a phone, anything. Yeah, it could be a situation you are craving for. I want to be rich, or I want to be in this country, or I want this kind of education, or I want to be working with that kind of a company. These are all situations. Yes. Now, is only craving Kama? No. Aversion is also a Kama. Yeah. Aversion is also a desire. I don't want this, I don't want this is actually a desire. Yeah. It's a Kama. I don't want this person in my life, or I don't want that situation in my life, or I don't want this thing in my life. Yeah. So both craving and aversion falls under Kama. That is number 1. That's the first distortion. Yeah. So homework number 1 for you. You have come a long way. Most of you have completed Ashtavakra, Patanjali and have now reached Narada. Look within, really investigate, looking within. Have you overcome even a little bit of Kama in life, which is cravings and aversions in life? Yeah. How much percent? Yeah, 5%, 10%, 80%, 100%? Yeah, could be possible, you don't know. Yeah. So look within. We made this list of all our ragas and dveshas in the first Ashtavakra Gita class. Yes, you also did it in Patanjali. So now compare it with that list and see, have you overcome Kama, yeah, or desire? What was the second distortion? Krodha, anger. Krodha actually comes from Kama only, no? Have you noticed? I desire that something should happen like this only. But you don't do it that way. So I get angry with you. Yes? So Krodha actually came from Kama only. Yeah. So recognize this. How much of your Krodha is coming from these underlying cravings and aversions today? That will help you do your homework much better. Your homework number 1. Recognizing how many or how much percent of Kama have you let go. Yeah? So Krodha is actually a sign. If you still keep getting angry again and again and again with somebody for the same simple things, yeah, recognize there is an underlying Kama. Yeah. What was the third? Lobha. Lobha is greed. I want this, I want this, I want this. It's greed. Yeah. It's obviously a Kama. It starts with a simple desire is, I like that blue car. Yeah? And then the I like becomes I want to possess that blue car. And now it's not so easy to possess the blue car, so that greed starts happening. No, I want it, I have to have that blue car, and to have that blue car, I will do everything possible, even if it is wrong. Yes, so it is greed for that blue car. I just came up with a blue car, but you think what greed you have, for money, for somebody's attention, that is also greed. For somebody's appreciation and praise and compliments, that is also greed. Yeah. So check within, go within. Yeah. What lobha do you have? Yes, and lobha is nothing but a reflection of the karma that you have. Yeah. So we did kama, krodha, lobha. Next is moha. Yeah. What is moha? Yeah. I want this. When I don't get it, I get solid attached to it. Yeah. Or if I get something that is very close to me, I get really solidly attached to that even. And then to maintain this possession in life, to maintain this state of, I want to keep it, or I want to maintain it in life, that leads to moha. Yeah, a super attachment to things, to people, and to situations is moha. Yes. What does moha do to you? Moha takes away the ability to distinguish between that which is right and that which is wrong. Your attachment to that particular person, thing, or situation overlooks the use of intelligence or viveka. Yes? So, this is again another sign. If you notice that people are saying that your decision about something is not right, look carefully within. Am I taking this decision out of moha? Yeah, this is the fourth distortion. Moha. Yeah. What is the fifth? Jealousy. Yeah. What is jealousy? He has something or she has something that I do not have. So what is really at the bottom of the jealousy again? Is a desire, kama. Yes. So recognize if you have jealousy towards your friends, relatives, neighbors, colleagues probably in office, other people in art of living. Oh, that person in art of living is more loved than I am. Yeah. All this is jealousy. And this matsar is nothing but a product of kama, which is desire. Yes. And the last is mad, or arrogance or pride. Yeah. This comes from ego. Yes, when I think I am good and others are not so good, what happens? I start judging, I start criticizing, and all the other distortions automatically appear. Yeah. So recognize. Yeah. Recognize if you have any of these 6 distortions. What are they? Kama, desire, either craving or aversion. Both are kama. Krodha is anger. Lobha is greed. Moha is ignorance or attachment or delusion. Yeah. Fifth, matsar, which is jealousy. And sixth, mad, pride or arrogance. Yeah. So recognize whatever these distortions are, behind that is nothing but a desire. Yes. And when does a desire arise? Only when there is love. So basically, if you really analyze each of your distortions, at the base of it, you keep dissecting, at the base you will find that there is love. For example, if you get angry with your spouse or friend for keeping things in the wrong place or throwing shoes in the middle of the room, yes, so you are angry, you are in krodha. What is the desire? Kama. The desire is organization. Keep everything in the right place. That is the desire, that is the kama. And dissect even deeper. Why is this desire there to keep everything in the right place? There will be love for discipline, perfection, organization, cleanliness. Some or the other love will be there. So this is your main homework. Not only to recognize whether you have karma, but to recognize first out of these distortions, what is the distortion? That's the first part of the homework. Second part, what is the underlying raga or dvesha, craving or aversion? And third part of the homework, what is the underlying love? Yes. If there was no love, these distortions wouldn't arise. Yes. They have got to do with love. So recognize what is the love really for. Yes. Okay, now after you do the homework, then what? Okay, I've recognized my distortions, I've recognized my cravings and aversions, and I've recognized that I have love for a particular thing. Yeah? Even if you have hatred for disorganization, it is love standing upside down, no? It is love for organization. Yeah, it is the same, right? So you will find love at the bottom. So now how to handle it? That is where Narada's Sutra comes in. Oh, I have so many distortions and it's so difficult to handle myself in that moment. How do I handle it? So he gives you the first sutra. Tadarpita akhila acharya san kam krodha abhiman adhika tasmin eva karaniyam. Tad arpita. Arpit means offer. Offer to tad, to the divine or to the God. Akhila acharya. All your actions. Yes. Offer all your actions to the divine. Yes. So what does that mean? Offer all your actions. Okay, I'm doing an action. I am cooking, or I'm cleaning, or I am doing some office work. What does it mean to offer it to the divine? Very deep meaning. You notice behind your kama, krodha, lobha, moha, there is an underlying love. Yeah? That love is why? Because I feel this thing is mine. This person is mine. Yeah? That I and mine has again got to do with mineness or ego. Yes. So recognize if there is a love for organization, it has got to do with the ego. And ego is all about I. There is no other. Correct? Yeah. The moment you offer your action to the divine, you are killing that I. You are dropping that ego. Yeah. You are doing office work. In your mind, just say it, I offer this to the divine. I am doing this for you. Yeah? I understand this is tough for some people who have, not been too much onto the spiritual path. Yeah, and have been all their lives been involved in the material world, and everything is about I and me and mine. And now suddenly my action, my spouse, my child, my work, my family, everything I offer to the divine. How do I do this? Yeah, recognizing that all this, my family, my child, my friend, my work, my world is nothing but a product of I. Yes? And I is nothing but the ego. Just recognizing this, that I really do not exist. I am just a puppet who is being run by somebody else. The strings of this puppet are in his hands. Unnecessarily the puppet starts saying I and mine. One who wakes up to the laws of karma and niyati, one who wakes up and sees, oh, the divine is running everything, then what is this I and mine? What is the point of this ego? Yeah? Then you start dropping every action. Yeah? Dropping every action does not mean not doing actions. It means doing your action but arpit to tad, to him. Yeah? You offer to him. Yes? Whatever be the result of this action, whether the people listening to me in this Narada group get it or not, it doesn't matter. Whether they thank me or not, it doesn't matter. Yeah? Whether I get something from doing this Narada session or not, it doesn't matter. All the result of action I offer to the divine. This action has come my way, I just get it done, wash my hands off and move on to the next action in life. No attachment to this particular action of delivering this message on Narada Bhakti Sutra 14. Can you do every action like that? Homework number 2. Without an expectation, you do everything that has come your way. Yes, it is like paying back your loan. You have taken a big loan from a bank, and all these people, whether good or bad in life, all situations, whether happy or sad in life, and all things, whether pleasant or unpleasant things, they all come your way as a part of this loan. Yes, you have to just give back. It is payback time. Pay it back with a smile, without the I and mine. Every little action is karma. Yes, every little action is run by that niyati. So drop this attachment to every action, because your attachment has only led to your krodha, which is anger. Your attachment to your action has led to greed, which is lobha. Your attachment to your action has led to moha, delusion. Your attachment to your action has led to arrogance, which is mad. And your attachment to your action has led to matsar, which is jealousy. Clear? Yeah. So drop. Everything is his anyways. Yeah. I always say it is a one player chess game. He is only playing from both the sides. Yeah. And you are just a little pawn on that chessboard. Have you seen the pawn? Yeah. It's the soldier in the battlefield on the chessboard. Yeah. He can only move so much, that one step. Yeah. But who is moving that? It is that one player moving you. Yes, he moves you in the north direction and you were lusting for the north direction. You start saying, yeah, I got it. Yeah. But if you were lusting for the south direction and he moves you to the north, you say, oh, life is so bad, everything bad happens to me. Yeah. You don't see that it is just a game that he is playing and you are just a pawn on that chessboard. So stop taking life so seriously. Nobody came out of it alive. Yeah, neither will you. So drop this attachment to everything. So what? Big deal. Everything is fine. Yeah, whatever action comes my way, I give my 100% focus to that action, complete it and wash my hands off. What is the meaning of wash my hands off? No attachment to the end result of this action. I should get this or I should not get this. No attachment. Yeah, I should get this and I should not get this is attachment. Recognize this. Yeah? No attachment to the end result. Wash your hands off and move on. You've just paid back a little interest on that loan. Yeah, that's how you do every action. Tadarpita akhila acharasan. Yeah, arpit, offered to him. Akhila, all. Acharasan, yeah, all your actions, yeah, whatever they are. Even kama, krodha, abhiman. Kama, desire. Krodha, anger. Abhiman, arrogance, yeah, or ego. Yeah. Adhikam, etc. The other three that I told you, those fall into etc. Tasmin eva karaniyam means they should also be directed towards the divine. Yeah. Direct all your desire, all your anger, all your pride. Yeah. How to direct? If you really have to be jealous of, like Guruji said, generosity. Oh, I have to be more generous. Yeah. Or if you have to be angry at the divine. Yeah. Don't remove it on another human or an animal or another living creature. Yeah. Or an object. Some of you go and kick the car or kick the poor sofa. What has the sofa done to you? Yeah. Your anger only creates a karma impression, which you have to only pay back for later. Yeah. So that is why he says you direct it to the divine. Now what happens when I direct it to the divine? The impression is not formed. Yeah. One little loophole you found in the karma theory. Yeah. How to not collect karma? If I am feeling anger because somebody has thrown shoes into the middle of the room, what should I do? Yeah. Direct it to the divine. Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Why have you put so much anger into me? Why do I have to feel that that person should listen to me or she should do the things this way? I am angry at you, God. Can you help me get rid of this negativity that I am harboring? Yes. Slowly you will see, by directing your anger, your greed, your jealousy, your arrogance towards God, slowly these things start turning away. How long can you be angry at the moon or the sun or God? Yeah. So take this as the homework for this week. If anger comes up, immediately direct it to the divine. If jealousy comes up, immediately direct it to the divine. If desire comes up, yeah, immediately direct it to the desire, to the divine. Yeah, instead of desiring for that chocolate cake, or I want that chocolate cake, I want that chocolate cake. Think about the highest truth. Yeah, how to get out of this karma cycle of birth and death and birth and death and birth and death. I'm stuck in this karma cycle because I might have desired for chocolate cake so many times. Oh, this is so funny. Why am I desiring for chocolate cake? I should desire for liberation. That moment the desire for chocolate cake drops off. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So do this homework this week. Yeah. Everybody, offer all your actions to the divine. Yeah. Whether it is desire, anger, pride, or any of the others, you just direct them to the divine. Yeah. We'll move on to the next sutra. Tri Rupa Bhanga Purvakam. Tri Rupa is nothing but the three gunas. What are the three gunas? Rajas, Tamas and Sattva. Yeah. Now their forms in love, the form of Rajas in love becomes what? Passion. Yeah. What is the form of Tamas in love? What does it become? Ignorance, delusion. Yeah. And what is the form of Sattva? Goodness, niceness, politeness. Yeah. Now he's saying breaking these barriers of three. Yeah. Three Rupa, these three types of love, of Rajasic love, Tamasic love and Sattvic love. Bhanga Purvakam. Break these or go beyond these even. Yeah. Even beyond Sattva he is asking you to go. Even beyond Sattvic love he is asking you to go. Why? Because when you are very sattvic, you still recognize, oh, that person is Rajasic and that person's love is Tamasic. Yeah. So your Sattva can also again translate back into Rajas or Tamas. So he's saying go beyond Rajasic, Tamasic and Sattvic love altogether. Yeah. Tri Rupa Bhanga Purvakam. Purvakam means initially you had all these impressions of Rajasic love or Tamasic love or Sattvic love towards people, situations and things. Now you go beyond them also. Yeah? Because Rajasic love is nothing but business transaction. You love me so much, then I will love you so much. You do this for me, then I will love you even more. You give me this in return, then I will love you even more. Yeah, that's Rajasic type of love. Tamasic type of love is delusion, moha, maya. Oh, I want to possess you. I just want this. Come what me. I am ready to lose everything in the world, but I want this. This is Tamasic kind of love. And Sattvic kind of love is where there is goodness. Yeah, where I feel, oh, I am really good. I am good. That is true. But then now I start feeling, oh, I am very good. And oh, that is Rajasic kind of. I don't do that. Oh, that is Tamasic. So I'm still kind of stuck in the awareness, or I'm still kind of stuck in the labeling of Rajasic and Tamasic love. Yes, when I'm in Sattva. It's good. It is the first step. Move towards Sattvic love. But then go beyond that also. Yes, Tri Rupa Bhanga. You have to break even these notions and go beyond that to the purity of love, yeah, to the highest purity. Now, what is that highest purity of love? Nitya Dasya and Nitya Kanta. Nitya Dasya, Nitya means always. Das is a servant. Yeah? And Nitya Kanta, always a companion, a lover. So you will wonder, oh, how can both be together? If I am a servant, my form of love for the master is of respect. And if I am a lover or a companion, my form of love is more of love, which does not like respect. Why? Because respect demands distance and love does not tolerate distance. That is why when you love your spouse or a beloved in your family, the respect factor reduces quite a lot. Yeah, for example, you say, "Oye, idhar aa." Yeah, you say, "Hey, come here." Yeah, there is not much respect in this addressing of a loved one, but there is lot of love there, right? On the other hand, if you respect somebody, you would say, "Please come and please do, आइए, बैठिए." Yeah, so in this there is a distance, so the love reduces. Yeah, so here he says, divine love has a combination of both. Yeah, where you are a Nitya Dasa, where you understand the divine is doing everything. Yes, I am just a servant of the divine. Yes, I'm just his puppet. He's doing what he needs to do. Yeah. Now don't start imagining a person sitting in white clothes with a long white flowing beard sitting up in the white cloud making notes on what you are saying and doing and punishing you. No. That's not God. Yeah, he looks good in a painting like that, but wake up. Yeah, God is nothing but that energy, that Brahman consciousness that is all pervading around us. Yes, different forms of that energy exist. Electricity from that lamp is nothing but a form of that Brahman consciousness. Magnetism is a form of that Brahman consciousness. Gravity working on you is a form of that consciousness. The heat in the fire is a form of that consciousness and that energy. Yeah? The flowing nature of water is an expression of that Brahman consciousness or that energy. That energy is God. We are talking about that energy. We are saying that that energy has its own laws and I just run according to those laws. Yes, that's how I become a das, a servant. Yes, can you go against gravity and say, right now I'm going to start flying? Is it possible? No. You are a servant to that gravity. Yes, you have to respect its existence. Yeah. So understand this. I just gave you one little example of a law of nature, and nature is nothing but that God. Like that, only everything that is happening in your life, whether it is a person, whether it is a situation, whether it is good or bad, whether it is a thing which is good or bad, or whether it's a person good or bad, it is all following the laws of nature. It is all following the laws of karma and niyati. And if you understand this fact well, then you know you are just a follower of that law. You are a das. Yeah? And one who without any cravings or aversions towards this law of nature just follows it willingly, smilingly, happily. He is a Nitya Das. Got it? And Nitya Kanta, yeah, always going along with the flow of life. Yes, happily being with what is being in love. Yeah. So Nitya Dasa and Nitya Kanta both go together. Love and respect both go together where the divine is concerned. Clear? Is this absolutely clear? Nitya Dasa and Nitya Kanta? Yeah. Bhajanatmakam. Prema karyam. Prema eva karyam. Yeah. What does this mean? Bhajanatmakam means to share. And share with who? The divine. Yes. Share everything with the divine means what? I'm not saying go to the idol of the god Krishna or Ganesh sitting in your puja room and start talking to it. Yeah, you can do that. That's also a very cute thing to do. But really sharing every action means what? It means dropping the I. When I share my seva, for example, you are doing seva with other art of living volunteers in your team. You never say I did it. You always say we all work together. Yes? So the I drops when the we comes up. Yes? So this is the point of sharing. Yeah? This is the meaning, the deepest meaning of sharing is to drop that ego, I, that stiffness that has happened within me. I recognize that stiffness and I let go. Yeah? And share that this action that happened through me, that also is his, it's not mine. Got it? Yes? The result of the action that I received, maybe whatever, $1 million home, that is also his, not mine. Bhajanatmakam is very important. Sharing your innermost with the divine is very, very important. It is the key to help you drop that I-ness within. Yes, that is the last obstacle on the path. I. Yes. You will recognize dropping this I or sharing everything. Slowly, you wake up and you see there is really nothing to share. Everything is his only. I am also his. There is no difference between him and me. But till the time I don't get to that point where I can see that oneness, that unity between the God and me, Bhajanatmakam, keep sharing. Got it? So homework number 3. Yeah? You start sharing every action and every result of action. Both has to be shared. Every action that I do, good or bad, and every result of that action. I am not there. Yeah? It is we. Always talk in we to yourself. Yeah? So, we are really lucky that we got this. Yeah? Or this is so good that this is happening to us. An inner understanding that I am not the doer will start happening. And then slowly that understanding will deepen to I am not the experiencer even. Yeah. So keep practicing this. Keep doing your homework. Keep sharing with the divine. Yeah. That brings us to the last sutra. Bhakta ekantino mukta means what? When you are on this path and you start sharing everything with the divine, you recognize the play of karma and niyati, and you recognize, oh, I am just a servant, and at the same time you start loving niyati, karma and the divine. When you start on this path and become deeper and deeper onto this path of bhakti, a natural wanting to, or a natural inclination to just being with yourself starts happening. That is the meaning of ekantino. Ekant Many of you know the Hindi word. Yeah, ekant is to be by yourself. Now it is not lonely. Yeah, it is not feeling alone or experiencing loneliness. It is a natural inclination to be silent, to be quiet, because you have started sharing with the divine, and slowly that sharing has made you come to that point where you recognize, oh, I am not the doer, I am not the experiencer, oh, I do not exist. And when that I drops, a natural silence dawns within you. Yes, and you just have an inclination to be in that silence all the time. Yeah? That is the ekant or ekantino that we are talking about here. Bhakta ekantino muktaya means that leads to freedom or liberation. But again, Guruji said, you do not have to run away to the Himalayas and pretend that you want to be alone. No. Yeah? It's a very natural thing that starts happening. That does not mean that he is not happy with the company of his family, friends. No, that's all good. Yeah? But he's so satisfied, he's so content within himself that he does not derive joy from outside anymore. He is joy himself. A fountain of joy wells up in such a person. Yeah? Yeah. So homework number 4, sometime just go within yourself and be with yourself. That actually is meditation. Being with that silence, with that joy within. And if you are experiencing that there is a lack of joy, it is because of the existence of I. And how to get rid of the I? 1, share it with the divine. Yeah. 2, recognize what is this I about. It would be either a kama, krodha, moha, lobha, mad or matsar. One of the 6 distortions it would be. Yeah, at the bottom of it there is love. Yeah, and that love has got to do with I. So finally it will bring you to the I. Dropping the I is the most important. Yes. So you drop the I by first identifying the I, then sharing the result of action or the action with the divine, and directing all these 6 distortions towards the divine. Clear? One of the most beautiful Naradas, isn't it? Yeah. So continue doing your homework. Yeah. If you feel that you need to revise again, revise the videos again. But drop the I, because it is the I only that creates all the problems for you. It is not other people in the world. It is all I that is the root cause of misery. Sukhasya dukkhasya nakopi data. There is no giver of sukha or dukkha. There is no giver of pleasure or pain. It is all but you. So I leave you with that thought, and I will see you next week for Narada 15. Jai Gurudev.